If trying to be happy all the time is exhausting you, where you feel like your lowest moments will never end, today you're going to understand why life moves in cycles and how to use difficult times to build real momentum. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ibiza Relaxing Club, your space to tune out the noise of the world, take a well-deserved pause, and reconnect with your inner peace. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most eye-opening principles of ancient wisdom ever written, the fifth universal law of the Kybalion, known as the Law of Rhythm. We live in a world that often tells us to fight against anything that doesn't go according to plan, to panic when things slow down, or to live in constant fear of losing what we built. But the ancient Hermetic masters discovered a precise mechanism that governs nature, human emotions, and the entire universe. Once you understand this fifth law, you stop suffering through life's fluctuations and learn to navigate its highs and lows with absolute serenity. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, settle into your peaceful space, and join me as we break down this fascinating principle step by step. To build our foundation, let's look at what the Kybalion explicitly says about this principle. The classic teaching defines it like this: everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. While that sounds poetic and mystical, in reality, it describes something you experience every single second of your life. The universe operates through pendular motion. Absolutely everything that exists, physically, mentally, and emotionally, is subject to a back and forth cycle. Nothing remains static. The universe resists stagnation and uses rhythm to maintain balance across all things. Look at nature, because that is where the law of rhythm is most obvious: day and night. After the absolute brightness of noon, light inevitably begins to fade into the darkness of midnight, only to start dawning once again. The seasons, the warmth and abundance of summer, give way to the shed of autumn, the cold and retreat of winter, allowing the earth to rest before the explosion of new life in spring. The ocean, the water rises in high tide and recedes in low tide. Trying to stop the ocean from pulling back would be an exercise in futility. Your body, your breath is a perfect pendulum. You inhale to receive life, and you exhale to let go. If you try to only inhale without releasing air, you collapse in seconds. Your heart beats in a constant rhythm of contraction and expansion. Everything around you is a constant reminder that life is an ongoing flow of ups and downs. So, how does this law manifest in our day-to-day lives? Let's break down three key areas where the law of rhythm is constantly at work, and where we suffer the most when we ignore it. 1. Your physical energy and productivity. You've probably experienced this. There are weeks where you feel unstoppable. You wake up early, breeze through tasks, creativity flows effortlessly, and you feel like you can conquer the world. The pendulum is at its maximum swing to the right. But sooner or later, a day or a week comes along where getting out of bed feels hard. Your mind feels foggy, and ideas just won't come. What do most people do when this happens? They fight it. They blame themselves, get frustrated, drink more caffeine, and try to force the engine to run. That fight is the equivalent of getting angry at the sky for getting dark at night. When you ignore the fact that your body and mind need the pendulum's retreat phase to recharge, you end up burned out and depleted. 2. Your moods and emotions. Modern society has sold us the unrealistic idea that we should be 100% happy, motivated, and smiling 24/7. Whenever we feel sad, nostalgic, or anxious, we assume something is wrong with us. The law of rhythm teaches us that emotions are like ocean currents. One day you wake up with contagious enthusiasm, and a few days later, for no dramatic reason, you feel a sense of melancholy or a need for introspection. Emotions have tides. Suffering doesn't come from sadness itself. It comes from resisting it and fearing that the low state will last forever. 3. personal finances, and life projects. There are periods of abundance where money flows easily, sales go up, or businesses thrive. And there are periods of adjustment or lean times where expenses rise or opportunities seem to freeze. Someone who doesn't understand the law of rhythm overspends during times of abundance, assuming it will last forever, and spirals into panic during downturns. Someone who understands the law uses the high tide to save and build a strong foundation, knowing the low tide will eventually come. And they navigate it with calm because they know the tide will always rise again. At this point, the natural question is, if the pendulum inevitably swings to the left, are we condemned to suffer every time things go down? The answer is a resounding no. And this is where Hermetic philosophy becomes truly empowering. The issue isn't the movement of the pendulum. The issue is our attachment and resistance. When the pendulum is high, during success, joy, health, or love, we cling to that state out of fear of losing it. That very fear ruins our enjoyment of the present moment. And when the pendulum swings left toward loss, fatigue, or difficulty, we panic and try to force it back to the right. Imagine standing on a giant swing or pendulum. If you stand at the very bottom, you feel the full force of every sudden back and forth movement. You get dizzy and thrown off balance by every change in direction. But what happens if, instead of standing at the bottom, you position yourself at the top pivot point where the pendulum hangs? The bottom continues to swing wildly, but at the center top, everything remains calm and still. This shift in mental perspective is what the ancient masters called mental transmutation. How do we apply this practically in our daily lives? The masters of the Kybalion used what they called the Law of Neutralization. You cannot stop the pendulum from swinging in the physical world, but you can stop yourself from being dragged along with it in your mental and emotional world. Here are 3 practical ways to achieve this. 1. Practice conscious observation, the spectator role. When you feel yourself entering a low phase, feeling sad, low on energy, or facing uncertainty, don't internalize it by saying, "My life is ruined," or "I'm a failure." Shift your internal narrative to, "I am observing that my energy pendulum is in its rest phase." By detaching yourself from the emotion, you rise above the swing. You become the serene observer rather than the victim of the movement. 2. Embrace the timeless truth. This too shall pass. This phrase applies to absolutely everything. When you're going through a difficult trial, remind yourself, this too shall pass. It brings patience and perspective. And when you are at the peak of success or enjoying a beautiful moment, gently remind yourself, this too shall pass. Not to make you sad, but to help you cherish that exact moment with full presence, without taking it for granted. 3. Use the reverse momentum. When the pendulum swings backward, it isn't destroying anything. It is building momentum. Periods of retreat, silence, temporary setbacks, or rest are the spaces where energy gathers for the next big leap forward. Winter prepares the soil for spring. Use your slow moments not for self-pity, but to reflect, learn, and prepare. The next time you feel like things aren't going your way or your energy drops, take a pause. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself that you aren't broken and you aren't doing anything wrong. You are simply witnessing the natural rhythm of life rebalancing itself. Learn to flow with the tides instead of swimming against the current. Trust the process, because after every single night, without fail, the sun rises again. If this video brought you clarity, peace, or a new perspective for your week, please give it a like and share it with someone who might be going through a low point and needs this reminder today. Don't forget to subscribe to Ibiza Relaxing Club and tap the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming reflections. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. In which area of your life do you feel the pendulum moving right now? Let me know down below. I read all of your thoughts. Thank you so much for spending this quiet time with me. Take good care of your mind. Give yourself time to breathe, and I'll see you in the next video. Pause, breathe, and flow. Namaste.